In this video, I'm going to show you how to install a toilet as affordable and easy as possible. And if you're new to this channel, my name's Josh. This channel is all about DIY to save a ton of money. So be sure to subscribe, ring that bell so you get notification every time I release a new video, and hammer that like button for me. That's all I ask in return for making this video. So we got a lot to go over today, so let's get started. The first step to the installation is unboxing the toilet and all the components. I like to lay them out and make sure nothing's damaged and make sure everything's there ready to go. The first way to install your toilet as affordable and easy as possible is to buy your toilet as a kit. This came with all the stuff we need for the toilet installation except for addressing the water lines, and I'll get to that here more in just a bit. But this has your toilet seat, has your wax ring, it has your gasket for your tank, of course, and everything is here ready to go. And how we're going to do this easily is using a SharkBite Max fitting. This is going to allow us to address the water lines as quickly and as effectively as possible. So we're first going to address the water lines using the SharkBite Max fitting. I'm here in the bathroom where we installed this vanity in the last video, and if you want to check that out, I'll put a link to it in the description below. We're going to be installing this toilet to the right of this vanity. We have our closet flange here, and we have our water line to the left of it. To address the water line, we're going to install the SharkBite Max fitting onto that. Today's sponsor is SharkBite. SharkBite Max fittings can handle 400 psi of pressure, which is far more than what a residential water line would have in it. A residential water line typically has about 80 pounds of pressure, so this is more than enough to withstand that pressure. The SharkBite Max fitting has a 25-year warranty, so this is considered a permanent install, and this is something that's going to go on easier compared to the original SharkBite as well. So if you want to check out the SharkBite Max fittings, I'll put a link to them in the description below. This SharkBite Max fitting is what's called an angled stop. You can see we come from a 1/2-inch pipe, then we angle up to a 3/8 that's going to go up to the toilet. And we want this to be about 4 inches from the wall. We're going to measure over 4 inches so we know where this is going to need to be cut at. We know that's going to go in the pipe about that far, so we're going to cut the pipe right in this area. It doesn't have to be perfect in order to install our SharkBite. This is what's called a ratchet pipe cutter. We just squeeze on it and it ratchets down. Just so you know, this is called CPVC. A lot of people are familiar with PEX and copper, but this can also accept the SharkBite Max fitting as well. So the SharkBite Max fitting will go on copper, CPVC, or PEX. Either one, this will work just fine. This is the SharkBite deburring tool. This can be used for the SharkBite Max, or it could also be used for the first generation SharkBite. This can be slid over the pipe like so, and when you twist it, it's going to deburr the pipe, because that's an important step to installing the SharkBite, is make sure you deburr the pipe first. You can see we have a nice slight tapered edge here now. We need to make sure the pipe is clean and free of debris, and that looks really good. I'm now going to place the deburring tool using the 1/2-inch size, because that's the size pipe here, and we're going to mark on the CPVC so we know the insertion depth for the SharkBite Max fitting. We now have the insertion depth marked. Before sliding on the SharkBite, I'm going to put on this flange cover, and this is going to cover up right back here where the pipe's coming out of the wall. Just gives it a nice decorative look. Now to install the SharkBite Max fitting, extremely easy. Watch how easy this is to push on. Minimal effort, we're on, and if we slide this decorative piece back, you can see we are at the insertion depth, so we know we are installed properly. Very important concept. Another great feature to the SharkBite Max fitting is you can pivot this with no problem. It does not cause an issue whatsoever to do so. So if your plumbing fitting isn't on perfectly and you got to pivot it to the left or right, this can do it very easily. Now that the water line's addressed, we need to address the closet flange. Because this is a new construction house, we have a closet flange that has the cap built onto it for the testing. Now that the testing's over, we just have to take a hammer and hit on these 3 corners here to bust it loose, and then take our channel locks to grab it to remove it. And that's all there is to removing the cap from this closet flange. But if you're doing a remodel or replacing your toilet, more than likely you obviously won't have that to do. In the packaging with the wax ring, we have our floor bolts. We first need these to install the toilet, so we need to install these first. To install these floor bolts, very simple. We're going to slide it right into the closet flange like so on each side. And we want to try to center these with the center of the toilet, and that's going to be about right. Place these on top of the bolts to lock it into place. The floor bolts are now installed, ready to go. Before placing the toilet onto the closet flange, I must first install what's called a wax ring. The wax ring is what seals the toilet to the piping, and that's going to keep all of our sewer gases into the pipe instead of coming up through the floor. Very important, you must install a wax ring when you install a toilet. And I'm going to flip this upside down to get it placed on the toilet first. Very easy to install this. We just place it right here around the opening in the bottom of the toilet. Make sure it's sealed really well to the toilet so that it holds. When we go to place this, it doesn't fall off before we get it to where it needs to go. So that feels pretty good there. We're going to set it into place. All right, we're just going to center this up with the opening here and set it right into place. Now we're going to work it down and flatten out that wax ring and get a good seal. Make sure we're setting square here. All right, that looks good. We now need to get the caps and these wing nuts that have the place for the caps to attach to out of this pack. And these two whiter pieces are for the toilet seat. So we're going to take these out now. We'll now need these to secure the toilet to the floor. Make sure to position the toilet to where it's square with the wall at this point as best you can. Also, if this is a remodel or an install in an old house to where you're already hooked to the sewer system, you're going to have sewer gases come up out of here now. If you want, you can pour water into the bowl to seal it, so that way you don't have all those gases coming up while you're finishing your install. Using the wing nut, we're going to thread this right over the floor bolt, or flange bolt, some people might call it, to tighten down the toilet to the floor. And I'm going to install the other side at the same time and tighten these down equally. I'd like to mention that typically your floor bolts are higher than the cap, so you need to trim them down using a hacksaw. This is actually the first toilet I've ever installed where I did not have to do the process of cutting down the floor bolts. I'm now going to take the cap and cap that off. All right, we're now going to address the tank, and we got to flip this over and install the gasket here on the bottom. And we also got to remove these wing nuts to install it. To install this seal or gasket is another term for it. We're just going to place it right around that opening. Then remove these wing nuts. When we remove these wing nuts, we also got to take this washer with us because we're going to need that after we place the tank on the toilet. I'm now going to place the tank on the toilet to where the bolts go through the bolt holes, and then reinstall the wing nut and washer. And I like to try to equally tighten up these nuts at the same time. That way the seal goes down evenly. All right, that's looking good. Here you can visualize the right side. It is tightened down with the wing nut. On the left side, the same thing. The tank is now secure. To connect the toilet to the SharkBite Max angle stop, I have a steel braided water supply line made by Eastman. Eastman is a sister company to SharkBite. And these go on really easy. This is just going to thread onto the bottom of the tank. And then this piece is going to thread onto the angled stop on the SharkBite. And we got to remove this nut on top of the SharkBite because that's for a compression fitting. And then we're going to screw this or thread this onto the SharkBite Max fitting. The 7/8 side of the supply line connects to the toilet, and we hand tighten this on very snug. And then we go down to the 3/8 side of the SharkBite, hand thread on the compression type fitting, and then we're going to secure it using a wrench, and that way we have a watertight seal. To install the toilet seat, we lift up the back right here where the bolts go, and then we place it right in line with the holes that are in the toilet. Then we're going to use the plastic bolt, and it's going to go through the toilet seat hinge on each one, and then we're going to use the wing nuts that were sent to tighten down the toilet seat. Make sure we're setting square with the toilet and looks good before we do our final tightening. Then shut our caps on the back, and that looks really good. Very nice toilet. For the tank cover, set it right on the back of it. beautiful. If you're enjoying this type of content, then you'll definitely want to check out the Excellent Labor course membership. Get instant access to all the DIY courses and downloads for just $5 a month at the time of this recording. And the best part, the library is growing, but your price won't if you lock it in today. Check out the link in the description to get started. To finish up the toilet, I'm going to silicone around the bottom of the toilet where it meets the floor. That way we don't have water go up under there and create a mold issue. In our area, it's actually a code. They make sure that it's silicone right around the base, so it's evidently very important. And I'm going to silicone starting at the back, and I like to leave about a 2-inch crack in the back in case your gasket or wax seal is leaking. There's a place that you can visualize it coming out from underneath the toilet, because if it's siliconed around the whole base, if there's water collecting, it might hold up in there really well and then go up underneath the floor and cause issues. So I always like to leave a little bit of gap of silicone left out. Because this is a new construction house, I can't turn the water on quite yet, but once the water's on, we're going to turn that angled stop to on to where the shark bite fitting is going to allow water to go into the toilet. Once the toilet's full of water, we're going to inspect for leaks, flush it a few times, and inspect for leaks again. And then over the coming days, always peep at new plumbing just to make sure there's no leaks developing. Then if that goes okay, then we're good to go. So right now, this installation was a success. If you'd like to see how I installed this vanity, check out this video. It'll help you out.